In this video, I want to discuss multivariable equations. In other words, equations that have more than one variable. All right, we've solved equations that had one variable. What about if you had more than one variable? So something like x plus y equal to 3. Now, I want to know what x is. Okay, you're not going to be able to find a number. Like, you're not going to be able to say, oh, x has to be 4 or something like that. X has to be 10 or minus 2. Instead, your answer is going to be in terms of other variables. Okay? So, if you want a simplified way to understand this, think of it this way. When you're solving for a variable, treat the other variables the same way that you would numbers. Okay? Variables don't get any special treatment just because they're variables. All right? So, for example, I want to know what x is. X equals question mark. Okay? If y was a number, you might think to simply subtract y from both sides to isolate x. Okay? So let's do the same thing with the variable y as if y was a number. So if we did that, these y's would cancel, and so we would get x equals 3 minus y. See that? So we solved for x. We finished the problem. All right? It's just that, oh, I'm sorry, 3 minus y, not x minus y. So that is our answer, and so we have to get used to having answers that have variables in them. Okay? You can even check to see if that works. Let's replace the x in the first equation with 3 minus y. So instead of x plus y, we have 3 minus y plus y. So that gives 3 minus y plus y. That gives 3 plus 0, which is equal to 3, and that's equal to the right side. So it works. Okay? You can have more than 2 variables. Watch this. Here's a famous equation from chemistry and physics. P, pressure times volume, is equal to the number of atoms times a constant called Boltzmann's constant times the temperature. Okay? Now, you don't need to worry about what those names, variables mean. Just know that you have an equation here that has 5 different variables. Okay? And let's say I wanted to know what P was equal to. Well, again, remember, the variables don't get special treatment. Do the same thing you would if the other variables were numbers. So if I wanted to isolate the P, I would have to get V out of the way. So I would divide by V, okay, and then V over V, that's equal to 1. So that's the same as 1 times the letter P, the variable P. And then on the right side, I can't really do anything with that. So NKT over V, and that's the same as P equals NKT over V, and that would be the answer. Even though it has 4 variables, that's the best we can do. All right? You can plug that into the original equation, and you'll see that it's both expressions evaluate to the same value. All right? So let's do another one, and then we'll end with one more. So another formula, this one from electrical engineering. The voltage is equal to the current, which is denoted by a variable I traditionally, times the resistance denoted by R. So V is equal to IR. What if I wanted to know what R was? You could divide by I, and so R is equal to V over I.